What is up, you guys? Today I have a very exciting video that, to be honest, I never thought I'd be making because I flew out to Washington, D.C. 3 weeks ago, and I didn't really tell anybody what was going on or why I was going there. I was just like, oh, Washington, D.C., this is cool. I've gotten into this thing lately where I work on projects and I don't talk about them until they're over. I think the way to success is don't talk about it, do it, if that makes sense. And so that's what I was doing. But I got a job working Warped Tour. So that, in short, is what's going on right now in my life. I'm having a lot go on in my life, especially right now. Especially right now because I just ran a marathon, which I'm going to record that video after this, and that's going to be up on my fitness channel talking about tips and tricks, how to run your first marathon, all that. This was my first marathon. Anyways, this isn't even the video. So what happened was in February, my mom sent me this link and was like, hey, you should work for this company, and it's a company called Truth. It's a nonprofit organization that promotes a smoke-free life to teens and youth. I am obsessed with Warped Tour, and every year on Warped Tour, they are there. They have a big orange bus, so if you like Warped Tour, then I'm sure you've seen it. They play tons of games. They have the microphone. They have the biggest crowd, outside of, obviously, the bands, but it's a really well-known, popular nonprofit organization that pretty much everyone on Warped Tour knows, and it's amazing to work for from what I've heard. Tony Hawk's brand works with Truth, and so we get really cool, nice skateboards, which I am excited about if I didn't have a broken butt already. But did I just fuck this up? Oh, I did. Where'd that thing go? Oh, there it goes. Guys, this is why my life's a mess. So I went through a long process to get hired, and 4 out of 1,200 people were chosen for this position. Originally, we all thought that they were choosing 8 people, not 4 people, but it was 4. So the way they went through that process was from 1,200 people, I think they chose, I think they said it was around 300 people that they picked to do Skype interviews, so the first interview with. So they chose 300 people. I was one of those 300 people that they chose to interview. From that number, they broke it down to 30 people. So from those 30 people, they were choosing who was going to come to Washington, D.C. So I was one of 4 people chosen out of 1,200, and I was the only female chosen out of the 4. I thought that I was not going to get this. When they said they were choosing 4 people, I was like, well, at least I came to D.C. and it was beautiful. It was a great experience, and I got it, and I was the only female to get it, and I had like 5 girls in my head that I'm like, these are going to be the tough choices, and then it was like, oh, it was me. Step 1 was filling out an application, and then you had to make a YouTube video. It was in March that we had the interview on Skype. And then they asked me like, oh, so if you were to be chosen, we saw that you're a fitness competitor. How would you handle being on tour with like meal prep? Like, how would you handle your meal prep? Would you be able to do that? What would you do? And I was like, honestly, I eat like shit. I only eat like meal prep whenever I'm trying to cut weight or I'm trying to like compete. That's not something that I do all the time because I'm a normal human. I'm actually abnormal. I have fucking cookies. I actually opened this today, and look how many I've already eaten. The whole damn thing, basically. So yeah, I'm fine. I was like, that's not even a problem. Don't even worry about it. Hire me right now. Well, they did. Not right then, but they did hire me, so hey. And then I got a call, and I wasn't going to answer the call because it was from a weird number out of state, and I wasn't going to answer it. They called and said, hey, have you been getting our emails? And I was like, no. And they're like, do you know who this is? And I was like, no. And they're like, this is Michael from Truth. We want to let you know that you were chosen to come out to DC for these interviews, for the final interviews. Have you been getting our emails? And I go, no, I don't think I have been getting your emails. And then on the phone with them, I'd check. I'm like, I can double check. I'm actually on my email right now because I was doing client work. Turns out I was getting their emails, but I was deleting them because I thought they were spam emails. So I was deleting their emails. So whoops. So I flew in on Saturday night. Sunday was my first day there. That was my long run day. That was 20 miles. So I just ran, and then I explored DC through running. I'm going to make a video on that on this channel as well, talking about DC specifically because it was really cool. And then the next day the next 2 days, so that would be Monday and Tuesday, they had one-on-one interviews. And then Wednesday was the group interviews. So the one-on-one interviews, we weren't allowed to talk about our interviews, by the way, our one-on-one interviews, until everyone was done. I get there and I'm sitting in this chair in a banquet hall. I hear screaming and I'm like, well, this is gonna be a weird interview, because obviously I fucking knew something weird was going on, because we weren't allowed to talk about it. Also, we were supposed to wear prom dresses for this, and I did. I wore my senior year prom dress because it was cute as hell, and I knew I kept my prom dress for a reason. Like, I literally kept that dress. That was 2013. It was 2017. I've kept it for 4 years. 4, 5, 6, 7 years. 4 years. I don't know math. I kept it for 4 years for something. Literally brought it in my car across the country, packed it in my bag on purpose to bring to California with me for some reason, and I guess this was the reason, because I got hired. So think my prom dress from 2013 for that one. So yeah, I'm sitting here in my prom dress, by the way, and I hear screaming in the room. Okay, so my camera died and I kind of took a little mini nap while it was charging. I look different and tired and worse than... That's why. So I hear screaming, just sit here like, okay. And all of a sudden the banquet door just opens on its own. But all I see is a white table and 2 ladies sitting at it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, okay, so hold on. So they're like, hi, I'm whatever, what's your name? And I was like, I'm Lexus. They're like, do you listen to Kanye West? And I was like, not really. And they're like, well, Kanye West has a song that says, and then they say that lyric that has the word, that says the name Lexus, something, something. She couldn't afford a Lexus, so they called her a Lexus, like they called her Lexus. And then they asked for a joke. And I didn't know a joke. I don't know jokes. I'm the worst. So I was just like, fuck, I don't know. So I was like, my life. And she goes, that's not a joke. And by the way, they're acting. Anytime they don't like your answer, they use that gong and they hit it. They said, anytime you mess up or you give us an answer that is just dumb, we're gonna hit the gong and we'll refresh and pretend it didn't even happen. And I said, okay, good, because I needed that. But every time they hit the gong, they literally restarted the interview. Hi, my name is so-and-so. What's your name? Oh, I'm Lexus. Oh, have you ever heard of And it was literally like repeating the entire thing. They kept asking me for jokes. I didn't know the jokes. We had a push-up contest, which I honestly got so stoked about, because these girls are trying to be mean, and like during this part they weren't being mean, because it got like the interview almost like, I feel like it took a turn that they didn't mean to take, because this other girl that I was doing the interview with, she was actually like, she worked out, I guess. Yeah, she worked out. We did a push-up contest, you guys, and I fucking lost. We did chest the day before, and I gave that, like, my ego had to say that during the interview, even though it didn't matter, but it mattered to me, because I was like, my ego has to say this, because even if they're acting, they need to know that I'm strong. You know, that's like, honestly, I was pretty upset that I lost the push-up contest. And then it was the next day that was group interviews, and group interviews I enjoyed a lot. Honestly, my fucking camera keeps dying and I'm over it. I just want to tell my fucking story, you guys. And oh, dude, so going back to the one-on-one interviews, so I said the game was, I was like, oh, Duck, Duck, Goose, because that's the first thing that came up in my head. And they're like, that game sucks. And then, so we played fucking Cards Against Humanity, and they're like, the question was, if I could murder one person without getting in trouble for it, who would it be? They gave me the cards, and I thought it was funny to put the president. So I put the president, and then they reacted like, that's fucked up, like, that's not even funny. Then they hit the gong, and I was like, that's when I started to trip out. I was like, should I not have fucking said that? Because that's, like, not something you're supposed to joke about. But, like, they gave me those cards, and I wonder if they pre-picked those cards, and I was like, oh, fuck, I don't think I should have chosen that. I should have chosen any, because I thought we were going to keep playing. I didn't know they were just going to have us pick one thing, and it was going to be over. So I was like, this is funny as fuck. So I fucking chose it. I was like, yes, like, I was excited about that answer. And then the next day, someone tried to jump the fence to the White House while Donald Trump was there with the Russian president or something, and everything became high security, and there were cops everywhere, and I was like, oh shit, I chose the fucking card about killing the president, now I'm not gonna get hired. Like, I'm not even joking, like, I was thinking about that. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, I thought I was legit gonna get in trouble for saying I would murder the president. I wasn't gonna, like, it was a game. I was fucking scared. I was so paranoid about that. And then after that happened, I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Like, obviously it wasn't me, but I was fucking scared. So then group interviews, they said to play a game again, and I was telling Penny, like, what game I said, because we were all talking about the games we would choose. So I said Duck Duck Goose, and I told her that I chose Duck Duck Goose, and then she chose my game Duck Duck Goose. And they said it was stupid, but we had so much fun fucking playing Duck Duck Goose. Yo, I got so competitive. I ran that shit. I, like, ran and slipped and fell into my spot when they were chasing me, and I knocked over coffee, and it was spilling everywhere, and I was like, dude, honestly, it was so much fun. I get really competitive. From there, I think it was, like, we spent 2 or 3, I don't know, a couple hours outside, and we split up, and we were all given, like, weird shit to make strangers do. So then after that is when we all decided we wanted to go have some pizza together, because they gave us tickets to free pizza that was really good, and all drove in separate cars to go back home. And we get stuck in the parking garage because the gates were, like, shut, and we couldn't get out even if we paid, because it was the weirdest parking garage. So we are stuck in this parking garage for an hour. I was pacing around, by the way, pacing around this parking garage. We all were pacing the fucking parking garage at this point. We were nervous as fuck. And then I get a call from Michael, and then he hangs up immediately. So I didn't even answer. He calls, hangs up. And I was like, oh my fucking God, this is it. Like, I was for sure, like, for certain it was him. Call back, I was like, hi. And Michael was like, hi, who is this? And I was like, this is Lexus. And he goes, Lexus who? And I was like, Lexus O'Hara. And he goes, Lexus O'Hara who? And I was like, Lexus O'Hara from Truth. And he goes, Lexus O'Hara from Truth who? And I was like, Lexus O'Hara from Truth, I don't know. And he was like, we really appreciate you for coming out to DC, but unfortunately I have to tell you that you were picked to be one of the 4 people who are going to be working with Truth for Warped Tour this summer. And I was like, wait, what? I'm over the camera. Anyways, so he was like, congratulations, yes, you were chosen. I freaked out. I had decided in my head, yeah, I'm not getting picked. And I was like, honestly, I had a great time in DC. That's fine. I'll apply next year. I actually sent it in a text message to, like, 5 people. I'm just going to apply next year, and I might get it. Like, you know, I was like, I'm just going to keep trying. Like, I literally had already said that to everybody. I was like, I'm just going to apply next year. It's totally fine. And then he said that, and I was just, like, overwhelmed, because I was like, I was certain I wasn't getting it. Like, I could have told you I was 100% certain, but I would have been wrong. And I'm just so fucking stoked for this summer. So yes, I'm going to be on Warped Tour, working on Warped Tour, so you guys are going to find me there. Warped Tour dates you can find if you go to the Warped Tour website. I'm going to be at all of them. So come and meet me, hang out with me. I'll be at the big orange bus, Truth, and I'll be posting about it on my Instagram. And yeah, so June 11th, this Sunday, for me, I'm going to try and post this week so you guys can see this soon. This Sunday I'll be flying out to Seattle to begin training. Let the fun begin. I'm really, this is a dream job, you guys, by the way. Like, this is my wall. Warped Tour. I also have another one of these things, but it's way longer, and it would take up half my room, so that's folded up. But Warped Tour is my life, and it's got me through a lot of things. Music has got me through a lot of things, so I'm really stoked about this opportunity, and that is the big thing that's going on in my life right now. I'm going to be living the tour bus life. We have a tour bus. I'm going to be posting vlogs with that, like showing the tour life, showing what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos. I am so excited. Really excited, you guys. So here's to new adventures.